you'll need today is some water, your sweet selves, a non-slip yoga mat ideally, and a chair without sides or wheels, okay? And we're going to use some weights today, so feel free to grab a couple of cans from the kitchen cupboard if you don't have weights. Just make sure on the back of the cans they both weigh about 400 grams, okay? Or your own weights if you want to use them. And a block underneath the feet if you need them. But if you don't need the block, just tuck it underneath your chair now, okay? So how are we, yogis? Been late, hasn't it? Been a couple of weeks since I've seen you. Thank you for coming. We're very quiet. But hopefully we'll get warm, okay? I smell of varnish here, which is a little bit pungent. Yeah, it's a bit awful.
It since I got out of the car.
So did I, and I thought it was me. And I thought we were getting a spillage. So we've got the smell of varnish here. So feel free to breathe through your mouth rather than your nostrils this morning, okay? Are we all good? Let's just take a couple of deep breaths then, shall we? Try not to inhale the varnish. And just turn our palms up for most yogis. We're going to arrive in the space. Have the feet about hip width apart. Do use a block if you need to. Roll the shoulders back. That's it. And just either breathing through the mouth or the nostrils, whichever's more suitable for yourselves. We'll take 5 slow breaths here. Now don't rush those breaths, yogis. The aim is very much to breathe at your own pace. Breathe through the mouth or through the nostrils, again, whichever feels more comfortable for you. But our aim is to keep the spine tall, the feet firmly grounded into the earth, and keeping the feet about hip width apart with a nice tall spine. Just take 1 or 2 more deep breaths in your own time. Okay. So when you're ready, just another deep breath in and out here. And if your eyes were closed, just gently opening them now. And turn the palms down. Brilliant, okay. Bit of a warm-up, it is chilly out there. If you've not done any exercise this morning, see this as a way of opening and energizing pretty much just the major joints. Now, I am going to take my socks off. Stupidly probably, but I am. And this is best performed with bare feet, but you can keep your socks on, okay? You can, of course, keep your socks on, yogis. All of this can be done with shoes on as well. Very versatile. We'll start from the feet if they're chilly, and we'll add the hands as well. So we're going to scrunch up newspaper balls with fingers and toes gently. Flick away. We'll add the breath. We'll breathe in as we scrunch newspaper balls with toes and fingers and flick away. 4 more. Breathing in. Again, if you want to avoid cramp, then just be careful with the toes. Just a gentle sort of scrunching and flicking and stretching. 2 more. Breathing in. I can open the window if you want to. Just let me know. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's do 1 more together. Just breathing in, scrunching up newspaper balls with fingers and toes, flicking away. And relax and look down towards the feet. Lift them and give them a wiggle. The toes particularly. And as you exhale, see if you can fan them apart as you stretch them onto the floor. And we lift just the toes again, so we're on our heels. Give them the texture of wiggle, warming them up and fan them apart. Try that once more. Breathe in, lift them, give them a wiggle, because later you'll put them in tights and socks and probably not look at them until bedtime. Even then, maybe not. And fan them apart. And it's as if we could stretch them apart gently. But again, that can bring on cramps, so go gently. Should we lift the right foot? We're going to start with just the right foot, yogis. Only raise it as high as you comfortably can and start to flex the toe forwards. Breathing in as you do. Breathing out, flexing the toes towards you. Inhale down. Exhale towards you. 4 more, quite a few of those, because it does warm and energize and open the knee joint as well, and the calf. You make this in the back of the knee. Want a window open? No, You sure? Don't want anybody to go home and go,
I think we can smell this. We haven't got COVID.
well, there is that. Yeah, we've got a very strong sense
Yeah.
of smell of varnish here, yogis. So we're all saying we don't think we've got COVID because we can smell it, but all we can smell is varnish, unfortunately. It's rather strong. And then start to untie the knots in the wrist. I stayed in a hotel last week and they were painting skirting boards. Now you could smell it in the corridor, but not in the rooms. All the rooms had the expo layers on. So that was handy. But that's very stressful. I don't like that.
Painful exercise along the corridor.
Yeah, nearly killed over.
Yeah.
Yes. It's your throat, doesn't it? Gosh. And don't forget to go in the opposite direction. I mean, really, that needs to be done most of the time, to avoid everybody. As I say, here we'll breathe through our mouths, but at home, feel free to breathe through your nostrils, yogis. You're not, you haven't got that smell of varnish. So we've rotated the ankle in both directions, and then we release and we just switch sides. These poses are known in the Bicep School of Yoga as the anti-rheumatic group exercises. And people go, oh, we've got rheumatism. But they just help to keep the joints supple, okay? So they avoid and help us, you know, at any age really, to stave off rheumatism, which unfortunately is something we can all look forward to a little bit as we get older. But we can avoid that by doing these every morning. When you're having your cornflakes, cup of tea, watching BBC Breakfast, you could be doing this, okay? So try and get into the habit, yogis. We'll do one more flexion and then start very gently into the ankle. Does anybody remember to do this? No, neither do I. Do you? You're very good. Yeah, you might have to have a gold star this time. Well done. Yeah.
Before I get up.
That's great. Great to remember, even if you just do a few of these. They really do help with everyday movement. Don't forget to do that in the opposite direction. Do you find it much easier when you've done them? Does your body sort of feel a bit less tight and stiff? Good. Yeah, that's definitely
Really tight calf muscles. And I find doing that flexing in the morning before I get up.
just helps a bit. Brilliant. And hopefully yogis at home notice that as well. If we can just do a few of these every morning. If you do a lot of driving, these are great as well, because your feet are just sort of in one position. Whereas if you open them a little bit, it's not so tough on them. Okay, yogis, we're going to continue with the feet. We're going to now bring them both up. Now, if you've got low back issues, don't feel you've got to raise them very high, and sit back in your chair so the spine's being supported by the back. And I want you to make some big rotations in towards both of those toes, big toes coming in. And this you may feel again on the outer, maybe on the inner calf muscles a little bit more, and a few in the opposite direction. So as wide as you can. Believe it or not, this is working all the way up into the hip joint. So it's moving the whole of the leg of the hip joint as well, working those areas. Who's switched on this morning? We'll find out. Maybe we are with that toxic pain. So we'll separate the feet, and we're going to begin one in one direction. I sometimes only get you to do this with the feet, the hands rather. I'm being a bit mean today. So one goes in one direction, and does the other one feel like going in the opposite direction today? I want you to have a go. Have a go at home as well, yogis. Well done. Goodness. Pause. Now the opposite leg is the one that's going to first go into a rotation. Notice the direction it's going in, communicating. Get the other one, if you can, to go in the opposite direction. I'm thinking too much about this. Not easy, is it? But it's just about having a go. And then let's just do a little wipe of blade from side to side, as if we were wiping the sides of the car, which we will be into that new storm. And then release. Good. Okay, notice the feet feel that little bit of warmth. Let's move straight into the knee. How much you want to do in the knee today is up to you, yogis, but a very easy. We'll start really easy. It's just literally raise the right foot, flex the toes towards you, exhale, release. And do 5 of those on the right. Finish your raise. Actively flex the toes towards you. Breathe out as you lower. Inhale. Always with the right leg to begin with. Breathing in. Good. Breathing out. Now, when you do that a 5th time, you're going to then bend that knee, interlace underneath that thigh, and bring the nose to the knee. And then as you exhale, you straighten and look forward. Don't worry, it's not about touching the nose to the knee. Very few people can do that. It is about just integrating the spine in this stretch as well. And then straighten. Good. 3 more. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale, straighten. 2 more if you can. And again, don't force your nose any further than it wants to go. Very good. 1 more. Breathing in. Good. Excellent. Release down, switch sides. So 5 first, just simply raising the leg, flexing the toes towards you for that foot. Sit tall, that's it. Use the back of the chair. 3 more, inhale. Each time, don't forget to try, if you can, to point your toes towards you, push the heel away. Is number 5. And then we're going to bend the knee. Interlace underneath that left thigh and carefully bring the nose to the knee. Exhale, flex the toes towards you. That's 1. 4 more. Nose to knee. Anybody find one side slightly easier? Go on, Jenny. No, I don't. Tell me.
I don't find any of them easy.
No, bless you. But you're having a go, Jenny. That's good. Well done. 1 more, yogis. Nose to knee. Well done. Excellent. Okay, nice strengthening. We're actually working the whole leg, not just the knee. Get into the hips, ladies. Come forwards on your chair and turn your toes out and your heels in. This is our comfortable seated squat. Did you notice the word comfortable in there? Because there's no point in going really wide and hurting your hips and in the groin. So maybe just the width of the mat at the very most. Toes out, heels in, buttocks firmly on the floor. All the while you're doing this, you're working the inner groin all the way down, down to the inner ankle. So this is the whole area you're stretching, which often you don't stretch, so it can feel very tight. And I thought we'd just do a couple of exercises for the upper body as well. And the first one's our goddess squat. We are goddesses. So we're going to bring our palms together in line with the chest. And we want to actively press the palms together to exert a little force there. But we want to sit tall and take 3 deep breaths. So every time you exhale, just press those palms together, elbows wide. That's it, sitting tall. It feels an easy pose, looks an easy pose, but there's a lot going on. We're trying to anchor the feet down. We're trying to sit tall and press those palms together. Excellent. Good. Now turn the left palm out. Turn your right palm in and grip just the sort of edges of the fingers together. And this works the upper chest. We're going to breathe in, sitting tall, looking forwards, and then pull those fingers apart, but don't let them. You feel the tension in the upper chest. Lower the hands so they're in line with the breastbone a little more. And exhale, release. Do that 3 times. Breathing in. Exert as much pressure there as you can, as if you're trying to pull the fingers away, but the grip is tight. And exhale, release. And 1 more. Breathing in. You can put as much pressure there as you want to. Hold just for a few seconds. And release. Well done. Works the arms as well. Relax. Ooh, yeah, quite strong that one, isn't it? I can tell by your face. Well done. So the last part, because we're integrating the upper body, is just a stretch. So let's turn the left palm uppermost. We'll take a nice deep breath in and gently raise the upper arm. We haven't really stretched the upper arms yet, so this may feel tight in the upper body. And just remind your body it's coming sideways. Then you've got the option to look forwards, yogis, or up towards that inner elbow. And hold that for a breath in. Deep breath out and release. Let's try the other side gently. Always lengthen up first, so left arm coming up. Exhale and over. You can look forwards or gently up towards the inner left elbow. And release. Good. Let's try that again. The more we do these poses slowly, the more we get just integrating a more supple approach. The more, the more supple we become, particularly in the side ribs. Release. Good. Inhale and lengthen up first. Always think you can sit as tall as you can in the chair. Exhale, keep the knees wide, still working those inner thighs. Good. And release. Let's try that once more. So 3 times in total. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Again, just remind your body it's in a side bend. Lovely. And release. Last time on the left. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale coming out. And release. Lovely. Now whilst we're here, one more. All the time you're here, you're softening these areas. Bring this right shoulder now, yogis, down towards the left knee. And I want you to look down, almost with a flat back. Nice long neck. Looking towards that left foot. Just take a nice deep breath in and out. It's a little back stretch. And then come up. Left shoulder to right knee now. Just following as far forward as you can, looking down. Nice long spine. Breathing in and out here. And come up. Do that again, just once more. So right shoulder to left knee. Have a sense of the back of the neck, getting a chance to be nice and long. Come up slowly, breathing them out if you need to. Left shoulder finally to the right knee. Take a breath in. Just a moment to let the spine go nice and long. Good. Let's come up. I said fine because there's one more pose. If you need your block, grab it. If you don't, bring your fingers towards the floor. If you can touch the floor, brilliant. Otherwise, use those blocks. Turn your toes out a little more and let your head hang. Look through the legs of the chair. And just take a deep breath in and out there. Chance for the crown of the head to come towards the floor. See if it's possible to take another deep breath there, yogis. Just let yourself hang out. Good. And slowly, we'll come back into this position later. Start to take the hands back up slowly and relax there. Now walk the feet in, sit back, just shake out the arms and legs. Well done. So that's the lower body. We've added the upper body, but we need to open the joints of the upper body. So let's go. Sitting tall. Let's make 2 loose fists, thumb inside, 4 fingers wrapped. Okay. I'm going to breathe in. As we exhale, we open and extend the fingers. We do that 4 more times. We inhale, good. We exhale. As best you can, keeping the elbows fairly straight at shoulder height. Use your breath. 1 or 2 more if you can. Excellent. Nice deep breath in. Release. Very nicely done. And shake. This gets rid of stagnant energy. It tends to sit in the joints, and that's why often they get sore and tight. It's just usage, lack of usage there. Okay, so how about now a little bit of a wrist open? I'm going to push against an imaginary wall in front of us. Arms at shoulder height. Exhale, just bring those elbows in. Well, out to the side. Inhale, push against 2 imaginary pillars. Exhale, and let's keep going. Inhale, pushing forwards towards the imaginary wall. Arms as straight as we can have them. Exhale. Inhale, out to the side, yogis. Exhale, 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, out to the side. 1 more round if you can. Sitting tall, looking forwards, envisage a sit against the wall. And once more out, breathing in. Breathing out, shaking. Open and close those fingers. Good. Yes, play the piano, just move them. This is about improving the dexterity of the joints. Lovely. And release. What about a little bit more in those wrist joints? Well, let's make 2 more fists, and this is toning the arms whenever we're lifting them for some period of time. And just rotate them in towards one another. 2 loose fists. Now I know we're moving most of our body, but ideally, let's just keep the movement in the wrist joints as best we can. So arms are fairly straight, not moving too much of the rest of the body, focusing on those wrist joints. Good. And if you're in the opposite direction, try and keep the arms at shoulder height if you can, moving away from one another, and tie them up. Good. Well, let's keep still and do what we did with our feet. Let's begin one in one direction slowly. See if the other one will go in the opposite direction. A little bit of wrist and brain gym again. Sometimes it's a bit easier, isn't it, than the feet, but not always. Good effort, well done. And we'll pause, try in the opposite direction. One in one direction, the other in the opposite direction. Excellent. And then release. Don't forget to shake it out, open and close those fingers. Do your arms get sore?
Yeah.
Yeah, toning the arms quite a bit. I'm asking you to lift them. But do release them whenever you need to. We'll go straight into the elbow, straight into the shoulder, and we'll finish with the neck. That's just neck exercises. So let's take the arms forwards today. Palms facing uppermost, shoulder height. Let's inhale. Simply bring the fingers to the shoulders. Exhale and open and forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Breathe through the mouth if you need to. Don't want anybody getting a varnished head. And hands going, oh, I stink of varnish, and I've got a headache. So through the mouth or the nostrils. One more if you can, yogis. Inhale. Exhale. Take those arms out to the side of you, palms down, shoulders like mine, fairly straight, and let's pulse. Two big beach balls under each hand. Tiny, tiny pulse-like movements so that you keep those big, huge beach balls underneath each hand bouncing. Toning, but working the wrists as well. Excellent. Not that we're going to do any cleaning today, certainly not cleaning the windows. Why would you in this? But start to clean them. And just flex those fingers up towards the ceiling so you integrate that movement into the wrist again. And then clean the windows the opposite direction. Just a few. Tell me if you can feel this in your arms. Yeah. Take another deep breath in and out. And release. Well done. Yes. Ooh, shake it out. Shake those feet out again. Get everything moving. Excellent. Oh, we haven't finished because we've got to do a little bit in the shoulders, but remember, only a little bit. Let's just maybe close the eyes if it helps, or gaze ahead. I want you to make 4 little rolls with the right shoulder, just the right shoulder. Let's step into the right shoulder. Roll it back 4 times slowly. And 4 times forwards. Just saying if you wanted to close your eyes and allow the awareness to sort of go a little bit deeper. Notice if it's a little bit crunchy, go gently if it is. And then start with the left. 4 times back. Who's noticing in the room one side easier than the other? Yeah. One side often takes more, more weight into it, maybe more stress, more tension. And don't forget to make those rotations forwards as well as back, up to 4. This is where I had my booster jab last week. And then forwards. Let's roll both back now. 3 times. That's excellent. And 3 times forwards. Just helping to untie some of the knots there. Excellent. Okay. Now we take the hands to the shoulders, elbows wide. And it's as if we've got really sharp pencils on the end of both of the elbows. We want to make little circles in the forwards direction. Now I want you to make sure you're looking forwards. Keep your feet hip width apart. Again, just keeping the spine tall. Little circles. Good. Do as many of those as you need to. They really help to keep the shoulder fluid, the sort of, the juicy sort of jelly and fluid in the shoulders a little more supple. Okay? Now go back. Up to 10 of those. And if it helps, you can close the eyes and visualize drawing very accurate little circles with both elbows. Or just keep looking softly ahead. Now, if you want to, start to think about making a big circle in front of the nose now. Nice and slowly. That's it. Some big shoulder rolls. Keep looking forwards. That's it. Don't worry if the elbows don't touch. You make a few backwards as well. 1 or 2 of those circles now in a backwards direction. Reversing the movement. Well done. Try 1 more if you can. Stop if you need to. And good. Okay. And something that's said to warm us up, it's pretty cold out there today, is shoulder shrugs. So I thought we'd do those today. So we breathe in through the mouth, or we breathe in through the nose, sorry, as we shrug. And then we expel the air out through the mouth like this. So sort of make a hat sound. And it releases some of the stagnant air that sits and resides in our lungs, unfortunately. So very good for this time of year. We're going to do 9 more. Breathing in. Good. Keep going if you can. just to warm us up. 4 or 5 more if you wish to. Stop if you need to. Good. 3 more. Last one. Fantastic. And roll the shoulders back. Let's see if they feel a little looser, a bit warmer. And forwards. Okay. And we work the neck now. Stop if you need to, okay? Just right ear to right shoulder. Again, just take a really long, deep breath in and out here. Focus on the stretch in the left side of the neck. And then bring the head carefully back. Do the other side. Left ear gently to left shoulder. Don't strain, just take your time, enjoy the breath in and out. Come back up. Should we try that once more? Right ear to right shoulder. Anybody notice a slight tighten? Left ear to left shoulder. We're just looking forwards. Eyes and I'm going to just gently inhale and turn the head with care to our left. When we're ready to exhale, we glide and turn the head slowly to the right. And keep the spine tall. Keep doing this. We inhale slowly to one side. Stop if there's any discomfort. And we exhale with care, not stopping all the way to the other side. So you can do several more slowly. To one side. Key here is not to rush, not to move the neck quickly. It must be done slowly and with care. There's any discomfort. Once more, inhaling to one side. Exhaling together. The only time we really do this is possibly when we're driving and we come up to a junction. We might look behind us at the curve on crossing the road. So it's a really nice stretch. When you finish that side, just bring your head back to the central position. Relax. Good. And then finally, you don't want to forget the back of the neck. You're going to breathe in. And simply drop carefully the chin to the chest and just holding that for 1 or 2 seconds, but no longer. Exhale when you're ready and bring the head back. If anybody incurs dizziness, just stop. We're going to do 2 more if that's comfortable. Holding the breath gently, suspending it as we bring chin to chest, relax the shoulders. Exhale, coming back up slowly. Just do 1 more if you can, slowly. Breathing in. Chin to chest. And then just give yourself a moment. Just take a resting breath in and out. Grab some water. We're going to finish with some eye exercises. There are yoga exercises for the eyes and a little bit for the face, okay, to stimulate the capillaries and muscles. This part of you needs to be well, or at least relaxed. Okay, so this is a little bit of Chinese yoga. Okay. So I want you to take what we call, the Americans call it the point. And you're just going to press gently on different parts of the face. And if you find a sore point, just hold that and breathe into it. So we use the index finger, pressing gently into different parts of the face. Perhaps you suffer with your sinuses, so you might want to rest on the top of the nose. Perhaps by the jaw, just gently pressing in. I want you to find a part that maybe is a little bit tender. If you suffer from headaches, maybe taking the fingers, the index fingers, just to the temples and pressing very gently. You may not find any parts that are sore. Just by doing this, this is said to energize and warm up all the capillaries and all the muscles of the face. Anybody found a tight spot yet? And that tight spot may be just on one side, particularly if you've got jaw issues, you know, hold your tension there. Don't press too hard. then to just soften those points and release the pressure. And then this. Now we're going to use the fingertips like raindrops all over the face. This is really good for releasing tension and tightness. It softens all the skin. So like raindrops, little bit of patters all across the face, the jaw, don't forget the neck. And these exercises are part of our yoga practice. We don't always include them, but they're a lovely way to include the face, to soften and release. Don't forget the ears, the head and scalps, all parts of the face, head and neck. Little raindrops, little pitter patters. And again, this is stimulating all the blood vessels, all the capillaries. And pause, and then we make two loose fists, not going to tumble ourselves across. And we just make little pounding all along the face. And again, this is to stimulate and warm and energize the face. Maybe when you blush off this, ladies. The face, the head. Little, tiny little soft pounding along the nose, the cheeks, eyes. Don't forget the neck gently, the ears, head and scalp. And again, these are all exercises that are said to soften and release tension and stress that we may hold in the facial features, particularly if we've got a lot on. Well done, and then release. And just close your eyes for a moment, yogis. Sit tall. Let's allow ourselves one or two resting breaths a moment. Notice if the face feels warmer. Just the jaw, the facial features feel a little more relaxed or warmer. And just enjoy a deep breath here, resting, but observing those sensations as well. Let's open the eyes. Good, lovely. Smiling is not essential, but you may feel like more propensity to smile afterwards. Relax. So we'll bring the feet together, and we're going to inhale now, raise the arms, sitting tall. Exhale, release. We'll do 5 of those in case you're feeling a bit sleepy now. So inhale, look ahead. That's it. You can sit tall in your chair, and exhale. This is great again for inviting the breath in. Breathing in through mouth or nose. Exhale. Now, the next time that you do this, you're going to cross the wrists over one way. Inhale, this is excellent for lung capacity. And exhale. Now, as they go up, we cross them over the opposite way. Looking forwards to begin with. And exhale. And then to work the back of the neck, we can look up this time, crossing them over one way and the other. Crossing them over the other way. Inhale. And exhale. You don't want to look up, simply look forwards. Two more. Inhale, cross the wrists over one way. Great for the lungs. Really good for the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Now separate your feet for me. Come forwards on your chair. And we'll do a push up. Yes, or what we know as a press. So, elbows going to be close to the body. Hands resting on the thighs. You have the knees just slightly apart. And I want you to come to that flat back position that we did earlier. So we're looking down towards our feet, which is slightly apart. Elbows are very close to our side ribs, almost Velcro to them, and hands resting on the thighs. And the emphasis here is that you're looking down with a lovely flat back and a long neck. I want you to start to exert a little bit of pressure by pushing your hands into your thighs, but keeping your elbows close to your body. Let's go. Let's inhale, press the hands into the thigh, and push up gently all the way to sitting. Exhale. Good. Bring the feet together now. We'll try that. I think that may work a bit better. Down we go, flat back. Look down. Keep the back of the neck long and enjoy the stretch. Press the hands into, again, the thighs, elbows close, breathing in and push up. We're using all the strength in the upper body to get there. Come up to sitting. Use your hands, press the hands, use the strength in the arms to get you up, okay? And again, let's go, flat back. Looking down, press the weight into the hands, elbows close to the body, breathe in, push up, and come all the way up. Use the strength in the arms. Good. One more. Come down a little further if you can. Don't force that. Inhale, press the weight The hands into the thighs. You use the strength from the arms and come up and relax. Good. Okay. Let's do a little twist here, shall we? Keep the legs together. Rest the left hand across your thighs, so it's holding on to the outside of the left thigh, right thigh. So the left hand over and resting on the outer right thigh. And we're going to raise the right arm up on the inhale, gaze towards it, twist here. Exhale, come down and repeat that on the other side. So the right hand holds the legs together. Inhale, raising the left arm, gaze towards it. Exhale, come down. Let's try that again. Just a little twist, breathing in, raise that right arm, look toward the right thumb if you can. You'll work your eye muscles by doing so. Exhale, we come down. Inhale slowly when you're ready, raise the left arm. And exhale, come down. Do that once more for me on both sides, yogis. Breathing in, raising the right arm, just gently looking towards it, creating a twist. Exhale, come down. Last time on the left, breathing in, lengthen. And exhale, come down. Brilliant. And push the hands once more into the thighs and sit up. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Separate the feet, yogis. So start to march with the feet. Feet have been left out for a few minutes, so let's get them warm, particularly if the feet are feeling cold. You do not have to add the arms yet, only if you wish to. Let's make a loose fist. Start if you wish to march on the spot. Excellent. We'll call this the mountain climber. Sitting tall, and we'll go for about 10 seconds, maybe actually another 20. So we'll try and do 20 more seconds. Left side of the room we're about to take off, I think. Go as fast or as slow as you wish to. This is your yoga. Slow it down if you need to, yogis at home, or go a little faster. We've got 5 more seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, do you always walk that fast around the town?
I do walk.
And everybody else is sort of steps done by the bus stop in an hour. Excellent. Okay, well done, yogis at home. We're going to use weights if you wish to. If you've got your tins of beans at home, why not use them, but grip them with care. All right, Jenny?
Yeah.
Now it's just gone 10 past. I don't know if those last 10 minutes went, they went very quickly. So we're going to come to standing in a minute, but we're going to use our weights firstly. If you find you get tired, feel free just to put them down. Do all the exercises without weights as well, okay? So it's entirely up to you. But if you can, you've got a bit of energy left, we'll use our weights. So let's sit tall, nice and tall. Really simple. Let's start to march on the spot again. And we'll add an inhale and a bicep curl, keeping the elbows close. Exhale, low. We'll do this for 1 minute. Breathing in. That's it. Keep the elbows closed, breathing out. Inhale, wiggle without weights, remember. You'll still be getting a workout. Breathing in. That's it. Slow it down if you need to. Excellent. Inhale. And exhale. Well, let's change it now. Let's alternate. One up and down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Are we breathing? I hope we are. Are you breathing at home? Can't see you, but I know you're working hard. So keep breathing. Stop if you need to. 20 more seconds to go. That's 11 minutes, isn't it? Stop if you need to. That's good. Let's go back to both. So breathing in, breathing out, integrating upper and lower half of our body here. So a full workout, yogis, you're doing really well. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Put those weights down for a moment. Do grab some water if you need to. Okay. It's dry in here. And make sure you just stay hydrated. Then we'll use the weights again. Please remember you can put the weights down at any time, but let's grab them again if you wish to. And come forwards a little bit on your chair so that the toes are out, the heels are in. We're back into working those inner calf muscles and inner thighs. Now, we're going to do the same exercise just for 10 seconds. But this time, have a go at coming up onto the ball of the foot as you raise and lower. Let's go. Breathing in. Just gives a nice stretch for the calf muscles. In a moment, we'll also be stretching our hamstrings. Good. So toes out, heels in. Just gently coming up onto the ball of the foot, raising your weights as well. Breathing in. Good. Breathing out. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest here. Well done. Okay. Sit back. Put the weights down for me. And just as we work the hamstring, let's take the right foot forwards. I'm going to move back a little bit so everyone can see online. We push the heel into the floor, the toes towards us. And first and foremost, just give your arms a rest really. We'll go back to the weights. Just rest the hands on that left arm. Now the action is coming from the hips here, because if we start to hinge forwards from the hips, we start to activate the stretching in the hamstring. You feel that here? Good. So by that rationale, the further you go into the deep forward fold, the more you'll be working your hamstring. So make sure you're not straining. Go as far as you want, hinging forwards from the hips. But do breathe into that right leg. Quite a deep stretch. We're going to hold 3 more deep breaths. Many of us, including myself, often find we tighten our hamstrings and calves. So the backs of the legs get a delicious stretch, but we're supported by the chair here, so quite safe. Now, for those that want to work a little deeper, you can, if you wish to, take your right hand down towards the right ankle and rest it there, or maybe touch the toes if you can. Relax the head, look towards the floor, and just aim for 2 more deep breaths. Nice, deep, even breath. Remember, through the mouth if that's easier today. Excellent. Let's come up slowly. This is quite strong on the spine. Switching sides when we're ready. So, extend the left leg, doesn't have to be straight. Push the heel into the floor, the toes towards you. Hands now resting on the right arm. So again, the action comes from your hips, yogis. Roll forwards from the hips. Now, my advice is, or a useful tip, is just start slowly. Take 1 breath, and you can always go a little deeper if you wish to. But don't strain, just doing what you can. Who in the room is finding one side tighter again? One hamstring maybe slightly more stiff. Maybe they're both about the same. And yogis at home as well, just noticing if one side feels easier than the other. Again, let's relax into it. We can take the left hand down towards the left ankle or even to the left toes if we can. Force that movement, please. Make sure you're not straining. And let's aim for 2 more slowly. Relax the head. And in the nicest way, don't worry what anybody else is doing, just focus on your own stretch, your own body. And come up slowly. Very nicely done, yogis. Excellent. Brilliant. Sit back. Start to march again. Legs are a little freer now. With 2 loose fists. And just before we pick up the weights, let's go for another march. This time we're going to march for 1 minute. And I'm going to give everybody, including you at home, a chance to stop after 30 seconds and continue for a whole minute. Now this is your yoga, so some of us may feel like going fast, but others may want to slow it down. So do what you can. Don't forget to breathe. Okay. I'm coming up to 30 seconds. So stop now if you want to, or just slow it down. Mountain climbers in the room who want to go for gold, keep going. Stop though if you need to. That's 30 seconds. We're going to go for another 30. Keeping ourselves warm and energized, but being safe as well. Make sure you do. Here we go. 20 more seconds to go. Remember, you can stop at any time. Excellent. Look at that. Everybody's doing their own version here. Hope you are at home as well. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Well done. Imagine if I asked us to do that with the weight. No, don't worry. Well, let's pick up the weights again. Sit back this time on your chairs, though, yogis, if you can. Grab a block if you need to. Use the back of the chair to support you. If you're not using weights, remember, just continue to make 2 loose fists and do all of the movements like that, with 2 loose fists instead of the weights, as a lovely alternative, okay? We're going to inhale, take the weights to shoulder height. Exhale with care, bring them back in. Breathing in nice and slowly, just to shoulder height. Exhale, bring them back in. Good. Let's keep going. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now do sit back in the chair and make sure you're not straining your back. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. 4 more. That's 1. Lovely. Exhale. And 2. Exhale. And 3. Last 1. And exhale. Well done. Okay. Now this time, nice and easy, we're going to inhale up, over the head with care. Inhale back to shoulder. Exhale down. Let's go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Got some nice arm work today. Inhale. And exhale. Continue to carry. Inhale. Exhale. Grip with care if you're using candles at home, yogis. Fabulous. 3 more. Slow it down if you need to. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Just 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Arms like steel. Wow. Be prepared if you have to, I don't know, cook at Christmas and you've got to lift a great big bird out of the oven. 1 more. We'll be going. That's another cook. Do that way. And it's well done. Okay, put them down. Let's face it, cooking's hard work anyway. Everybody says. It's all about time. Shake it out, ladies. You've done very well. Are we prepared to stand and do a little bit? Well, let's come up. And we're going to do a little bit of a sun salutation facing our chair. So I know it's a little bit tricky, but I want you to move everything off your mat except your chair and you. And yogis at home, if you're using hopefully a non-slip mat as well, we're going to turn that around so that the mat and the chair are at the top and the chair is facing us. There we go. So copying me, yogis. All we've done is take the chair, take it to the top of the mat and leave the rest of the mat to stretch. So Jenny and Pearl, that's it. And Steph, bring your mat right to the edge. Do you want to just, we are doing a little bit of stretching. Yeah, you can come this way. Just getting everybody. Yeah. And then nobody is going to be squished. Okay? So, yogis, come to the tops of your mats for me, facing your chair. And we bring our hands into the prayer position just to keep you warm, but we're going to open every muscle. We do about 12 poses here. So we can roll our shoulders back and just take 1 or 2 deep breaths. It's a moment really of breath space. Return the awareness to the breath. Now, as you exhale, I want you to send the energy downwards into the legs and feet. Just a moment to breathe and sense. Okay, well, the next inhale, we release the hands, bend the knees, and we come up and gently back as if we were slipping to our sun. And we're going to exhale and rest the hands on the seat of the chair and step back until our legs are fairly straight, but feel free to keep your knees bent, okay? So don't step too far back, yogis. Keep the knees bent if you need to, for whatever reason, if your back's a little vulnerable today, keep the knees bent. But the arms are straight, we look down towards the seat of the chair, and we just again step into our spines and take a nice deep breath in and out. Now, the next pose, we take the left foot between the chair leg and we turn our right foot out. So the left leg between the chair leg, We turn the right foot out. Make sure the back heel, the right heel is definitely firm in the floor. And bend that front knee. You'll feel a nice little stretch in the back calf. And again, if you've got tight calves, this is a good one to hold and practice at home. So let's just take a breath in and out, and the front knee as much as you want to. Start to stretch into that back calf. I'm going to change this practice slightly by asking you to leave your left hand on the seat of the chair and wrap your right arm around the back of your waist, so that as you look over that right shoulder, you turn it into a standing supported twist. Front knee is bent, back leg is turned out slightly, looking over that top right shoulder. Take a breath in and out here. A nice twist, quite strong, but do enjoy another deep breath in and out there. Great way to untie the knots in our spine. And as you exhale, just unfold and rest both hands gently back on the chair. We're going to bend our right knee and bring the right knee carefully to the floor. Is that too much? If that's too much for anybody, well, we won't do that yet. Let's come up. No, come up again.
That's how I would be.
Sorry, do come up. We're going to, omit that. And what we'll do instead is we'll just bend that front knee and take another breath there. Don't worry, that's quite a deep stretch, I appreciate it. And in fact, we'll go into triangle. So let's leave the left hand where it is. Raise the right arm again, but this time, can I ask you to try and straighten both legs, the front leg, if you can. Raise the right leg and look towards it. Keep that right arm, the right arm straight. Not the right leg. I put the whole group into shock, asking them to raise the right leg, not the right arm. The faces drop then. Bless you all, sorry. Take a deep breath. Exhale, release. Lovely. Okay, well, let's switch sides. Let's now bring both feet together for a moment. Bend your knees, yogis. Okay, bend your knees and then step your feet back. Straighten the legs now if you can. And I want you to come into our version of supported dog. So our legs are fairly straight. We've stepped back, knees and feet together. We're aiming to bring the ears alongside the inner elbows. Arms are strong, pressing them into the seat of the chair. Legs are straight and we gaze towards our upper thighs. Enjoy a deep breath in and out. This is our supported downward dog. Do keep the knees bent if you need to, but the arms are lovely and straight. Lovely stretch into our spine. Let's enjoy another deep breath in and out. And then let's step the legs forwards, the feet forwards together. And we take the hands to the back of the chair now, squeeze the shoulder blades together, do bend the knees slightly, and lift the head and look along the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together, coming into our version of supported upward dog. Lift the chest, arms are strong, good, and then step back. Now we just simply reverse that. So the right foot goes between the chair leg, and the left foot turns out behind us. Let's bend this front right knee and make sure again that the back heel is planted down. Anybody tighter in that back calf? No, about the same. Again, just drop the head and enjoy a deep breath as you breathe into that left calf, giving it a decent stretch. And then you're going to leave the right hand solidly on the seat of the chair as you carefully wrap the left arm around the back of the waist. And looking somewhere over that left shoulder if you can. Keep the front knee bent, the back leg straight. Breathe and hold another breath if you can. Excellent, yogis. Okay, when you're ready, exhale. Bring yourself back. Bend the front knee again and just take a breath. That's it. We leave the right hand on that chair as we raise this time the left arm skywards. Straighten both legs if you can, but feel free to keep the front knee bent. We come into a supported triangle, looking up towards the left palm if you can. Take a deep breath in and out here. It's a lovely stretch for the whole body. And release. Okay, let's now just keep both feet slightly apart, both hands back on the chair. And we're going to do our cat-cow here. So keep the knees bent. And we're going to bring the chin to the chest. Keep the knees bent, arch the spine a little bit. Inhale, dip the spine, keep the arms strong and look forwards. Our knees always remain a little bent. And we'll do that again slowly. Chin to chest, arch the spine, but keep the knees bent. Inhale, we're just moving the spine, the arms are strong, and look forward. Try another one of those. It's a lovely way just to work the spine. Really the only thing we're moving is the spine. I appreciate it's not an easy movement. And then I want you to take the hands to the back of the chair carefully. Bring the feet together, bend those knees. Inhale, raise the arms slowly back into our salute. And exhale, palms back in salutation here. And relax there. Release. Excellent. Now we've just got time, 1 minute maybe, to do a little balance. So let's turn now the chair the opposite way. So the back of the chair is facing us. We're going to turn to one side. So one hand is on the chair. We're going to work the outside arm and leg. So the inside leg is going to be your standing leg. Inside hand holding onto the chair. Doesn't matter which way, all right. Well done, So always take the outside arm and the outside leg as the one you're going to balance on. And let's just raise the arm and leg. And release. So inside leg takes all the weight. Hand on the chair to support you. Breathing in, just raise the arm. Raise the leg. Release. 4 more. Inhale as you raise. Doesn't have to be high. Exhale as you lower. Keep going. Breathing in. Try not to lean too much into the chair, yogis, but I appreciate you do need to a bit. Use the strength in the standing leg. Lovely. Let's do 1 more. Now hold that. Hold for a breath in and out if you can. Look forwards. Hold and breathe. And release. Lovely. It doesn't take long, does it, for that inside leg to feel heavy? It's taking the whole weight. So a great strength exercise. Once more on the other side. Time is of the essence. What a shame that we ran out of time. It worked well today. So inside leg's the standing leg, holding onto the chair. Simply when you're ready, breathe in and raise outside arm and leg. Nice and simple, doesn't have to be high. All the weight on the inside leg. Hold onto the chair for support. Exhale, lower. 4 more. Breathing in as you raise. Who's finding this side? Breathing out as you lower. Anybody finding one side stronger? Yeah. So we can identify in our own bodies, can't we? Quite quickly, those stronger sides. Look forwards, yogis, and make sure you're not straining. The last one, we're going to hold for a breath or maybe 2. Here we go. Let's hold it now and breathe. Don't feel you have to raise the leg high. Nice deep breathing. You're doing really well. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale to release. Now, I'm so sorry we've run out of time. Oh, I know. You feel shortchanged, don't you? Come on, let's sit down. You deserve a rest. It's already past. That went quickly today. And I didn't get everything I wanted in, but that's often the way. Next week, there's always more time. Well, let's finish by bringing the feet together. Inhale, sitting tall, and breathing. Exhale, release. Let's do that once more. Make sure the feet are on the floor, even if you have to come forward. Inhale and lengthen, sit tall in your chairs, yogis. Exhale and lower. 1 more if you can. Breathing in. And this time, let's bring the